The box has been sitting by your door since this afternoon. You stepped over it twice on your way in and out. Now it's the end of the day. The place is finally quiet, and you sit down and open it. For about a minute, something in your chest goes easy. There it is. You take it out, turn it over, set it where it's going to live. Then you look up. Same room, same couch, same pile of things you've been meaning to deal with. The only new thing in your life is an empty box and some tape on the floor. And here's the thing, you've done this before. Enough times to know the shape of it. The lift comes when the box opens. The lift is gone by the weekend. Somewhere in the back of your head, you knew that, even while you were tapping by, and you bought it anyway. Not because something's wrong with you, because that little lift is one of the few good feelings you can order on a Tuesday and actually have by Thursday. Now go back a few years, to the version of you who didn't have any of this yet. That person had a list. The job, the apartment, half the stuff in this room that felt out of reach back then. To them, getting here was the finish line. Cross it, and you'd finally feel like you'd arrived. You're standing on the other side of that line right now. And be honest, arriving didn't feel like much. It was good for a weekend. Then it became normal. Then it became Tuesday. You crossed the line you set, and the line just moved, quietly, a little further out. I call it the moving enough line. You don't need the name. You've been chasing it for years. Now, to be clear, not every purchase is a confession. Sometimes a desk is just a desk. Sometimes the phone really is dying. Sometimes the jacket is just warm, well-made, and worth having. This isn't about useful things. It's about the moment a useful thing starts carrying a promise it was never built to keep. So here's how you actually tell them apart. It's got nothing to do with the price, or whether you needed it. Forget the receipt. Watch the hour after it arrives. The clean ones leave no mark. You needed it, you got it, you moved on. But some purchases come with a small high on the drive home, then a strange flatness 3 days later, right where the high used to be. Same object, same room, a completely different feeling. And you can't quite say why you wanted that one so badly. Those are the ones to look at. Sometimes you really did need the desk. But be honest, what you pictured wasn't the desk. It was the person who'd finally sit down at it. The one who's got it together by 9 in the morning. Same with the upgrade that felt less like a purchase than a relief. The phone worked fine, but something rode in behind it. The quiet hope that you're not slipping, that you're turning into who you're supposed to be. That's the part to sit with, not the object, the thing that came in behind it. And for a little while, it works. That's real. Don't let anyone make you feel stupid for it. Think about the day you placed that order. Maybe the meeting ran long. Maybe traffic was bad. And there's a text you still haven't figured out how to answer. And then, for 12 minutes, you get to choose. The color, the finish, the exact model you'd been comparing for a week. For 12 minutes, you are completely in charge of one small thing, and it does exactly what you tell it to. That's the whole hit. It's not weakness. It might be the one decision all day that actually went your way. The problem isn't that it feels good. It's how fast the good runs out. The thing that lit you up on Monday is wallpaper by Friday. You stop seeing it. It joins the furniture. And you're back on the same ground you were standing on before it arrived. Except now there's a charge on your card, and one more thing to dust. So the feeling lasts a few days. The object hangs around for years, and that gap, the flat stretch after the new wears off, is exactly where the next order gets placed. And here's what makes those particular purchases so expensive, far past the price tag. Because the ones that carry a promise also carry a second price. The first price is the number at checkout. You see that one. You budget for it. The second price comes after, and you never pay it in money. A thing you bought to become someone now needs you to keep being that someone. The desk only counts if you actually sit at it. So it sits there, quietly asking why you didn't. The upgrade has to be protected, justified, replaced before it makes you feel behind again. The jacket keeps working only as long as you keep being the kind of person who looks like they belong in it. That costs attention. It costs room in your head. And without you noticing, it starts costing you something bigger. A little more of who you think you are gets tied up in what's on the shelf. That's the second price. You didn't just buy a thing. You took on the job of staying the person the thing said you were. And when enough of you is parked in your stuff, losing the stuff doesn't feel like losing stuff. It feels like losing a piece of yourself. You can watch the whole pattern run in something as ordinary as a desk setup. First the monitor, then the keyboard, because the cheap one ruins the look. Then the lamp, then the one cable cover, so it all looks intentional, like someone who has their act together lives here. 6 months later, you've got a beautiful desk, and you're still you. Same restlessness, just under nicer lighting. So let's be straight about what's actually happening. The problem was never that you like nice things. Wanting good stuff is human. There is nothing broken about you. The problem starts the moment a nice thing has to do the heavy lifting for how you feel about yourself. When the jacket isn't just a jacket, it's a verdict. When the purchase isn't just a purchase, it's evidence you turned out okay after all. And no, this isn't the worn-out line that money can't buy happiness. It can buy plenty of it. More money makes a life lighter, safer, less scary. That's true, and you already know it's true. But here's the one thing it can't touch. Money can't reach in and switch off the part of you that learned, a long time ago, to never quite feel like enough. You can earn your way past every line you ever drew, but the moving enough line was never out there in the store. It's the one you carry. So it moves when you move. You didn't need another thing. You needed the line to hold still. One last thing, then I'll let you go. You're probably not tired because you haven't gotten there yet. You're tired because every time you get close, there takes a step back. You can't buy your way out of that, but you can see it. And a line you can finally see is a much harder thing for the next box on your doorstep to move.